Techniques and skills to improve memory now. Let's come to that. The first, one of the most researched, in fact, methods is method of loci, which is loci means places. Right? So where you link a particular item to a place, a location as the cue. Like a lot of you said that we rewind and go back to the place and we remember where we had thought of that thing and go fetch it later, so it's somewhat like method of loci. When you go back, when you because we associate certain places with certain things sometimes. So yes, I will take this up as an example to explain better. So for example, if you have to prepare a grocery list and you want to use the method of loci to remember it better, how do you remember it? The recipe, you pick out your house. Usually it's the most familiar place for you, whichever is the most familiar place for you, you use that as a cue to remember the items. So if you're taking your house, then each room would denote a particular item in that recipe list or a grocery list. You could maybe associate certain objects which resemble the color or the shape of that recipe list, and that's how you link with that place and that object. So that's method of loci. You could do with your whole house, you could do it with your room. I usually use this. I use it just with my room. I don't expand it to my house. I use it with my room, and I almost make a story out of it to remember it better. Right? So this is method of loci. Interestingly, how it came into as a method of memory was when in the Roman times, when it was seen as very important for the leaders to remember their speeches by heart. If they're addressing the crowd, they can't look at a paper and speak. It was seen as very disrespectful. So what the emperors, the Roman, I don't know what they call their leaders, used to do is when they used to go through the town, each place of the town, they would remember a particular theme that they wanted to speak about. And then when they came onto the dais, they would just run through the whole route and remember, okay, this is what I want to speak next, and this is next and next. That's how this method actually came into being as a method for memory retention. Okay. Then let's talk about chunking, which is basically putting bigger information into smaller information. Our brain capacity, if we look at our working memory capacity or the short-term memory capacity, it is plus minus 7 units that it can store. Okay, so 7 units of information, that is. So the process of taking smaller chunks and grouping them into bigger units is what chunking is about. So how do we remember phone numbers? We remember it through chunking, right? Some of us make bigger units, some of us make smaller units. So if I say 9910, some of us may remember as 9910, some may say 9910, and so on, right? We make different kind of chunks, but that's a way in which we are actually increasing our memory retention power. How do we do it? We break down the major concepts into okay, how do we do it in a context of, if you're a student trying to learn a concept, we break down the major concepts into smaller ones and look for connections in between them and practice the chunks over and over again, like this. So when we are trying to recall information, when we are trying to remember information for our exams, when we try to cram the whole page, instead of that, we divide it, put it into topics, and then into concepts, and then into items. That helps us recall better and more information, rather, because we are not overloading our brain with big chunks. We are putting it with smaller chunks which it can handle. And of course, with practice, it goes from the short term to the long term. That's what we want, right? Okay. Acronym is Essentially abbreviations, like the name suggests, where it could be difficult to remember at first, but with practice it becomes easier. Like, what is the full form of Vibgyor? Do we all know it? We do, right? But the first time when you did want to remember this, did it take you some time? Yeah, it did take us some time to recall it, remember it. The first time when we learned it as a child, probably in the first, second grade. But then now it's so automatic because it's gone into our long-term memory. If we say Vibgyor, we know it's the rainbow, right? If we say Bodmas, we know it's mathematical concept. So that's what acronyms, abbreviations do. We put difficult concepts into some meaningful or even non-meaningful words to remember it better, right? I think science students who are here would remember the periodic table. All of us had almost like a story and a song for it, right? Uh, that's what acronyms are about, remembering better. Somebody has put something on the chat. Rhythm says yes. Okay. Okay, so that's acronym. Acrostic is a form of acronym, which is we are just turning the small name or a phrase into a longer statement with more meaning. So when I say my very excellent mother just served us 9 pizzas, can you all recall what is this for?
It's the planets. My daughter taught me.
Right. So this is the planets, right? So instead of remembering the planets, we remember this, something which is interesting and something which is meaningful. Yes, my mother is so excellent because she gave us 9 pizzas. And we just know first word means one name of a planet, right? Now here, this is just a different way of acronym. Okay, this is a part of acronym, in fact, acrostic. 9 planets, yes. Linking. Now, linking is where we connect specific items or ideas to visual images and recall it almost as like a story of sorts. So, how, say, if you have to memorize a list of cat food, honey, milk, and apple. What could be a possible story we make? A cat watches a bee as it falls into a glass of milk balanced on a giant apple. Here, what they say is the more exaggerated or more weird the story is, it's better to remember because we are making it so weird that our brain almost registers it. That it sounds so weird, but I remember what happened in that story. And it's a great technique because we just have to remember the first item. We just have to remember where the story starts from, and then since we are the ones who made the story, we know what follows in that plot, right? So that's a way to use linking in order to increase our memory. Again, this is also a tried and tested technique that I use in my everyday life, and it's